the Farm RPG podcast. I am your host, Belogan. In this episode, we have player spotlights with Mr. Typo, Josephwhyy, and a tea time with BooBun and Auggie. Before we kick off, just a quick shout out to I Ain't No Felem as the user who submitted a nice 5-star review for us on Apple Podcasts, saying, I feel like such a nerd listening to the pod, but I'm a huge fan of Farm RPG and no one to talk about it with. So this satisfies that desire. It's also nice to hear people's voices from the game. Thanks for those kind words. And, on the Farm RPG Discord, there is a voice channel you can hop on and chat with people as well, or reach out to us and get yourself on the podcast. One last shout out as well for user submitted questions on the podcast library page. There's a link where you can go to Google Form to submit a question. We have a few of these that have come through that we have kind of addressed, some we haven't. Really quick, we had one coming from Vin. This is a little bit old. Sorry, Vin, for getting this too late. Asking all the staff, just saying, what's been the most chaotic moment in your time working for Farm RPG? And I can't speak for everyone else, but for me, the most frantic time is always whenever Firestream pings us in staff and says, hey, test this out before it goes live. And we're quickly trying to figure out what works and what doesn't, and get feedback to get it fixed as soon as possible. Sometimes that's been pets or other features. Hasn't happened as much lately with the beta process, but it's always fun, a little bit hectic. Also, thanks to my wife's Canary Faraday for giving us some lovely background music while I talk. All right, with that, let's get to our player spotlights. Hope you enjoy. This is another player spotlight on the Farm RPG podcast. I am your host, Belogan, and our player to spotlight for this segment is Mr. Typo.
Hello.
Hey, glad to have you on the show. Thanks again for making time to come on. We always appreciate players reaching out and doing that. I know sometimes people are nervous that we have a big backlog or something, but no, when you're ready, we're ready to get you.
Thank you for having me.
So, Mr. Typo, how did you first learn about Farm RPG?
Well, I just finished, let me put it this way. I got bored of Township, so I go farming games, and I'm scrolling and I don't find anything. And then I go, you know what, let me type in farming RPG. And Farm RPG is one of the first one that come up. So I downloaded, and I actually didn't play it for like a week. And then I'm like, man, I'm not going to play this. So I go to delete it. I'm like, you know what? Let me give it a try. Let me see. And I fell in love with it instantly.
That's awesome. Good thing you gave it a chance. Well, what about Farm RPG kind of hooked you and made you want to stay?
I don't know what it is. I don't know. Normally, I'm not a text-based game person, but I just fell in love with it.
Oh, cool. Looks like you've been playing since Christmas last year, 21. It's been around for a few months now, for sure. If you were going to describe what Farm RPG is to one of your friends, how would you do that?
I would say it's a farming, fishing, crafting. No, it's a game where you farm, fish, craft, and explore to either gain silver or complete help quests.
There we go. Sticking to that single player aspect of it. I like that.
Yeah.
So your username is Mr. Typo. I'm known to be good for at least 3 typos per word, but where'd your username come from?
Well, originally it was straight 2096, and I actually had a pause on my phone, and I started doing it on my school computer. And I was so used to my iPhone auto-correcting before I sent the chat, I wouldn't correct any of my typos. So it was typo after typo after typo after typo. So I'm like, you know what, let me just change my name to go ahead and give people a warning.
I like that. That's awesome. I always get called out especially on my phone, when I'm trying to type in staff chat. I'll type something and then guaranteed, no matter how many times I look at it, something's going to be wrong. It's difficult. So in addition to Farm RPG, what other kind of games do you like to play?
Honestly, for the longest, Farm RPG was the only game I had on my phone. But lately, I've been playing a lot of Wordle. I don't do a lot of console or PC games. It's mostly on my phone. So pretty much Farm RPG and Wordle. I'm a boring person.
Do you play any non-electronic games?
Monopoly and Uno mostly.
Oh, there we go. I love Uno with special house rules. Makes it fun and competitive. All right. If there's anything you wish the Farm RPG community knew, what would that be?
I've been thinking about this all day, and I just, I'm a very nice person that also likes to get rid of my entire inventory of whatever item. So if you need something, just message me. I probably have it, and I will give it all to you.
All right, awesome to know. And last, do you have any interesting facts about yourself to share with us?
I don't want to do the cliche. I'm not an interesting person, but I really am not an interesting person.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question then, because you mentioned that you work at a particular restaurant, and especially in the southern United States, is more really than just a restaurant.
Yes.
So you work at Chick-fil-A, right?
Yes.
And do you work in the kitchen or in the counter, or what kind of role do you have there?
I work behind the counter.
Do you take people's orders or in food prep?
Right now, I'm doing drinks. So when you call in like a mobile order, DoorDash, Uber Eats and stuff, I'm the person that makes your drinks.
All right, awesome. What kind of training do they give you guys? Because I know Chick-fil-A seems to be incredibly efficient before I go.
Mostly shadowing for a while, and then they'll let you do your drinks on your own. But it really depends on the person. Through my training, I hop between like 3 people, and they all train me differently. Mm-hmm. So most of the time is shadowing, but sometimes they'll let you get more hands-on.
All right, cool. Years ago, we moved from Oregon to Georgia. And I was trying to explain to people, I mean, they have Chick-fil-A's there like every now and then, but I'm trying to explain to them, like, it's not just a restaurant down here. Like it's a political and religious institution. I mean, it's like the only restaurant where it'll get a sign at the freeway exit saying Chick-fil-A here, and really it'd be 10 miles down the road, but they want you to know that's what it's at. Yeah,
it is really a good place though.
Well, cool. It sounds like you're doing well and enjoying it, and I know I appreciate the people that work at those places. Even more so when my middle kid started working at our local ice cream place. Second summer doing that. And I love it because it gives me an excuse to stop and get ice cream now.
Same thing with my mom. She just comes to Chick-fil-A all the time now.
Just come say hi. That's awesome. All right. Any last parting words of wisdom for us?
Eat your vegetables.
There you go. I did. I had mine. That's why I was late. We were eating roasted veggies for dinner today with tilapia.
Oh, that sounds tasty.
It is pretty good. All right, awesome. Well, thanks again, Mr. Typo, one more time for coming on and letting the community get to know you some.
All right, you're welcome. See you later. Or talk to you in chat later, I guess.
Hello and hello there. This is another Player Spotlight. Here to cue us in with a wonderful intro is Auggie.
Hi. This is the Farm RPG podcast, if you didn't know. And today we have a Player Spotlight with Josephwhyy, with 2 Ys. That's fun to say. Yeah. That's kind of like, that sounded confusing when I said it.
It's like Josephwhyy, like a long Y.
Yeah. Like the word and then an extra letter. There we go.
Yeah.
Hi, Belligan.
That's like the script when the boyfriend pushes the girlfriend off the cliff and she's like, Joseph, why? Yep.
I've never heard that one.
I'll go into that.
I've never heard that one. I don't know.
Now you have.
Now I have.
There's no specific reference. It's my imagination as to why I think Josephwhy's username is as it is.
I mean, I'll go into that when we talk about my username.
All right, we'll see how close I am. Are we secretly talking to a murderer?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's actually more of a self-deprecation thing, but I made the username in middle school, so I'm much more self-confident now.
And you still use it. Probably. Props to you. The middle school username.
Just one of those things where oh no, mine was much worse. This was like my rebrand. It was worse before. It was like I had a Minecraft username, then I would use it publicly on my Instagram. So that was really cool.
Do you want to?
So now I'm confused, Auggie. Am I? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who's kicking it off here? Me or you? I don't know anymore.
You can kick it off.
All right.
I'll give you permission.
Okay, we'll go back to our old habits, so we don't have to think about it too much. So, Josephwhyy, where did you first learn about Farm RPG, and how long have you been playing now?
Okay, this is actually a really funny story. It was the way that I found out about Farm RPG was I was watching a YouTube video. I don't know if you know, their name is Dog. They do Hearthstone Battlegrounds content. And his wife is a streamer named Hafu. And just she came into his video and just like on off like an offhand chance, he was like, oh, what are you playing? And she's like, oh, I've been playing Farm RPG, like it's really fun, like I'm so addicted. And I was like, from just that one comment, I just like checked it out on the App Store, and she was like, oh, it's so cool because there's no ads and it's completely free to play and the community is great. And I was like, sign me up.
And
now, are you one of the few people that used Hafu's referral code?
No, actually, I didn't. I just looked it up on the App Store. I didn't know she had a referral code because I was watching Dog.
Yeah, she was briefly our beta tester for that system.
Oh, that's cool. So
it's been a while. Though.
Yeah, I started September 21st is my official date. 2021.
That sounds about like when Hafu was still playing, I think.
Yeah.
Auggie would probably know better than me on that.
I don't quite remember, but yeah, she played for a while and she played a lot. But since you've been around since September, you've gotten to know the game pretty well, I would think.
Yes, I've played pretty much every day since I started playing. So,
well,
I just kind of got roped in immediately because this is just like these kinds of game are just my. I just dig it so much. Like the logarithmic, like never-ending progression. It's so fun.
I agree. So, if you only had one sentence to cram everything about this game into, what would you come up with?
See, this was the one question that I was so scared of because this game is, again, it's filled to the brim with content. But the first thing when I was thinking about this question is Farm RPG is a text web-based farming RPG game where you can pretty much play however you want.
That was nice and simple.
Yeah.
That was way better than my one sentence. Don't worry. I set the bar because I think I was the first one. And I set the bar and it was like, pretty much on the ground.
Well, because I was thinking about it and I was like, there are people who enjoy fishing in this game who have like hundreds of thousands of fish caught, and I could never. I really could never. I do not understand how people like my carpal tunnel would not allow that. So
yeah, I'm also not one of those.
Just because I have hundreds of thousands of fish caught doesn't mean I enjoy it. Let's just be clear on that.
Was the merit badge worth it? Did it feel good when you got it?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
That's the biggest reason I did it. As far as finishing the fishing zones was for the merit badge.
You got it all the way back in January. That's insane. Like when it was first, did you start it when it was first announced, the fishing badge?
I didn't have that much further to go. I had probably 4 or 5 zones that I didn't have pretty large streaks on. It still took like a week or two dedicated just focusing on that to get it done. But that's kind of the way I approach those achievements, both in game and like the ones that we had in Titan Conquest that just took a long time. It's like, just put everything aside, just do that, get it out of the way, then you're done. You can talk about how much you hated it, but at least you got the shiny profile bling for it.
Yeah. Wait, were you doing did you have large streaks before the merit badge was announced? Like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
See,
I did.
Yeah, no. I only fish when absolutely necessary. Like the only time I do manual fishing now is when it says 10, like when I need 10 manual fish caught.
Yeah, I've got like 600,000. I've got 668,000 fish. I would say over 500,000 of those were probably caught before June of last year. So I haven't done that much manual fishing since Nets came out until the merit badge was there. I'm like, all right, now I have to do it.
Oh yeah, I think I have like a 5 streak on Pirates Cove.
My Pirates Cove is still 0.
Mine is 0, and it's probably going to stay 0.
I just wanted the gold jelly. I don't know if they're adding it to Grab Bag 7, so.
Well, I just mealwormed
Don't know
10
either.
jelly. I also don't know. We'll see. Time will tell.
Okay.
Belligan, you're up.
All right. So apparently your username doesn't come from pushing your girlfriend off a cliff and having her say, what? So where does it come from?
Okay, I'll be completely honest. In middle school, self-deprecation humor was all the rave. So it was Joseph, because my last name is it starts with a Y, right? So I was like, why isn't why the question? And it's like back then it was like, oh, why am I alive? But that's not, I'm much more confident now, and there's no more self-deprecation. So I probably need to figure out a different meaning for it.
You could
It's
change
just my
it
last
to
name now, really.
You could just change it to Joseph. Why not? That's like longer though. It's 3 extra letters.
Yeah. You need something that rolls off the tongue, like the two. Like your name is great. Like the 2-syllable names is that's what everyone wants.
Yeah, it also just happens to be my nickname, so it works, and it wasn't taken when I signed up, which I think that was one of the biggest things that, like, aside from dark mode, that I was like instantly intrigued, because on, like, all the big platforms, just Auggie is already taken by someone somewhere.
Just change it to JY, like all the female movie stars, J-Lo.
Oh yeah, no, see, that's like
JY.
Ever since I picked that username on Instagram like 8 years ago, every single one of my usernames on like pretty much everything has been some sort of variation of that. So I've used JY before, of course.
The JY.
It's just really easy to pick something and then never have to worry about it again, because I'm such a terrible decision maker, so don't have to worry about usernames ever again.
I completely agree with that. 100%.
Where did your username come from, Belligan? I don't remember.
Oh, Lord, you're going to make me look it up. It came from inspiration from a David Eddings book about Sparhawk, and they were looking for, I think it was the Belohim. There's a jewel in it in the book that I read in the 90s, and that probably has some older reference as well. I don't know where it came from. But I took that, and the first time when I did some laser tagging with my friends, I'd keep score, and you had to put in a username, and then they'd call out your username and give you your score sheet at the end. And the guy trying to read the name could not pronounce or get even close, which I thought was hilarious. So it's stuck with me since then, probably about 96.
That's as old as me.
There you go.
Belligan has been around since I've been around.
Oh, that is crazy. It's also, that's what I like about Farm RPG, is that the wide range of of demographics who are playing, like specifically this game, like all around the world, is so, it's really cool because it can appeal to anyone, because it's just, just good old farming,
It really is.
Who doesn't love
It's
that?
fun.
It is.
It's just fun for everyone.
We talk to people way older than me, and we talk to people younger than my kids. It's a big variety.
Wow.
Yes. Well, besides Farm RPG, is there anything else that you play?
So here's the thing. When I play a game, I need to be the best. So I play very few games, but the ones that I do play, I put like my heart and soul into. So I've been playing Smash Ultimate competitively for a little bit now.
Who's your main?
Pretty much since I play Dark Pit.
Dark Pit.
Yeah. I play. You guys know Minesweeper, right? The Windows game.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yes, I've been playing it on my phone since high school, and I probably have like 10,000 games in Minesweeper, and my expert time's like 100 seconds or something like that. So my carpal tunnel is like all the games that I play mess up my hands, so it's really annoying. Another game that I play too is Beat Saber, and that's also all on the wrist. So it's just really funny how all of the games that I want to play are not good for me.
Well, so is there like a competitive Minesweeper community somewhere?
Yeah, there's a global leaderboard. Yeah, there is a global leaderboard where I don't think there's I don't think there's any competitions, but people there's a ton of rankings, and there's like an expert Minesweeper leaderboard where so there's 3 modes in Minesweeper. So there's beginner, intermediate, and expert. If all of your 3 times are 100 seconds or lower, you can be on this list. And I think mine's about 120 combined, but every second in Minesweeper is very vital. There would be times where it would take me months to shave seconds off my time.
That's a lot of strategizing. That's pretty cool. I don't think I could do it.
I love games where you show someone, you just demonstrate it for them, and they have absolutely no idea what's going on. Like, I play rhythm games like Demo on the phone, Osu. Yeah, those are the main ones. But when you show someone that stuff, they're just way more impressed than they probably should be, and it's kind of fun.
Or you make it look easy, and they try to do it, and they're just not. It's not easy.
Yeah, there are so many friends that I've talked to Farm RPG about, and they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah, not to brag, but I've been playing this game for 7-8 months straight," and they're like, "Oh, I bet I could catch up to you," and I'm like, "Okay, try," and then they play for 2 weeks and then never touch the game again, and I'm like, "Oh." If only. I've had 2 or 3 people use my referral code now, and none of them have continued to play, but I'm just going to keep trying.
Did you get the gift basket though?
Yes, for the museum. That's what I was like.
There you go.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
You're further along than me in that regard then.
No, I was like, please, I need someone to sign up. I need someone to sign up with my code. I'm begging you. This museum means way more than it should. Also, I think it's really cool that now we actually do have a chance of completing the museum, that we can get the strange gem, and that it's not some random item that was seemingly unattainable.
Yeah, I wonder what it will do.
Auggie has a salty story about that.
Do I? About the strange gem?
The strange gem, yeah. I know we've told it before, but...
The runestones? The runestone one?
I don't know what story you're referring to.
There was a day when the the community center was set to the strange gem when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
And it was a million runestone ones. That's what I was saying.
And I thought it was obtainable.
Yeah.
And so I personally, I had a lot. I threw them in, and I was trying to get everybody else to do the same. A few hours go by. Firestream in staff chat is like, LOL.
No. No. He knew that it was impossible.
He knew.
From the get-go.
Some of us knew as soon as we saw it. He's done this before. For
the Buddy Stones?
Well, no, in Titan Conquest, he'd periodically have Keg's Banhammer as a weapon show up. That was a ridiculous amount of ancient coins as a premium currency there. Kind of like gold is in Farm RPG.
Yeah, that's
just no one's got that much. No one's ever going to get that much. But on the test server, you could get it, and it was ridiculously OP.
Was the item eventually obtainable or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, only on a test server for a little while.
I'm actually curious. Oh, okay. You keep going.
I was going to say, there was a brief period when Titan Conquest was shutting down, and we had stories in there that you could complete. They're choose your own adventures that players had written, so we could go in and change rewards in there. And so we made one of them, since the game was shutting down anyway, that you'd instantly get to level 99 and give a bunch of crazy stuff. And I don't think Cake's Bedhammer was one of the items you could give, but we were trying to figure out what else to throw in there during that week. That was fun days.
I was actually curious because I know that Firestream, he's put his heart and soul into this game, but does he still update Titan Conquest, or does he still work on other projects that he's done?
I think a little.
Kind of. I know he does a little bit. They've had some events going on. Cloud is the one who's kind of organized them and worked with Firestream to get them implemented. So he goes over when Cloud's like, hey, can we do this for this event? And they'll put it together. Although Cloud's just a player who's kind of the one vanguard, kind of like our farm hands. It's still pretty active. over there. I hardly play it. I log in every now and then to do a little bit of cheat detection, but that's about it. About all I do there. And but I think moving forward, he has indicated that he wants to spend some more time maybe doing some development there. But I'm not gonna get into the details of what he's told us until he makes that publicly available.
What question are we on? I don't remember.
The
question number
community.
Yeah, number 5. It's my question. So we talked about a couple of things that might come up in here before we recorded, JY. But if there's one thing you wish the Farm RPG community knew, what would that be?
The one thing that I remember at the beginning that I was nervous about and that I see other people being nervous about in trade chat and giveaway chat is asking for help. Like, because I remember we were talking about this, how I was like scared because I didn't want to feel like, oh, I'm just like, this is cheating. I'm just like getting all the items for other people. But then I realized like that's what the entire economy is all about. It's about like people being kind, and these people are only choosing to give away this stuff to you because they want to. So this community is so much kinder than you can ever, like, however I could rate it, it's 10 times more than that. Like, just like 15 minutes ago, someone in chat was like, hey, dear friends, I would really like if I could get some OJ so I could explore. And then I sent him a little bit and he sent me a message and he's like, thank you so much, dear friend. Like this is going to help me a lot. And I was like, and he said, I love this community. And I said, I do too. This, like, everyone is just so kind to each other. And so you don't have to be afraid to ask for help because more than likely there's going to be someone who's going to help you.
Yeah, especially in giveaways. Like there's so many people that just hang out in giveaway chat. Like they have stuff they don't need. It's going to go to the void, and they just they wait around because someone's going to ask for it, and then they send them so much. What were you going to say, Belle?
That's what I've been doing. Like I just dump all the extra items because there's some things that are highly sought after by like mid-game players. Like pace is so vital to so many, like,
pace is vital at any point in the game.
Yeah,
I have to say.
But I've gotten to the point where, because I've been constantly exploring forests and I'm like always planting spores, and I've run out of like easy stuff to use my paste on. So more than often I end up like full of it and I don't know what to use it for. So I know that there's other people that could get way more use out of it than I can.
My mailbox is always open.
It is. So just to set the record straight, so the community will know forever, is it possible at all, even remotely feasible, to do 10 Grandmasters in one day?
I would say maybe that's possible. Maybe. It totally wasn't done today. I saw on your profile, did you get the Grandmaster merit badge today too? Or
it was today or yesterday. I don't remember.
The 10th. I think you got it after reset because we have the same date for it. So I was like,
yeah, it probably was this morning. I think I needed like 100 more of. I was doing the spy glasses, and I was out of glass and had no more stamina to find any more glass last night when it was time to crash. Like, I'll do it in the morning.
You should have. I had too much glass. I was trying to pawn it off on people. Because I was exploring for a steel wire.
I was not awake enough. I was not awake enough to ask it that.
I always have too much glass. Like I'm at the point where if I avoid glass, I don't care because I always have too much at all given times because I spin the wheel.
That's where you get all your glass.
Now I'm doing magnifying glasses, so I'm burning through it again. But that's all right. That won't last too long.
I feel like I need to get the badge today too.
You have to. Then we'll be badge buddies.
Yeah, well, I'm 4 away, and I think I could do it. Today.
If you pair up amethyst necklace with white parchment, and then you have the twine and you have the board production to get the sword done, I believe in you.
Yeah, and then the other one would
just
just
be Auggie. How did I pass you on Grandmasters? That shouldn't happen.
I've been busy spinning the wheel.
Okay.
Spinning the wheel is kind of.
How many wheel spins do you have?
At the time of recording, 4450.
Oh my gosh.
I could probably spin another 10 times today. I just need to go get more keys to open more chests. But I'm at 40 spins today. Yesterday I did 60, and the day before I did 100.
So wait, how much does the spin cost when you do 100?
The next spin is 500, or right? I think. Yeah. The
and how does it feel
It feels bad.
How does it feel to spin a 400 AC and then get like 30 snails on random?
We'll see. The number of items you get actually scales as you go up. So by that point, like every spin is a jackpot worthy spin.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, you're not joking? It scales?
It scales. So like right now, I will spin. My 41st spin, I got 56 fishing nets.
Wait, I didn't know that it scaled. I don't know how I never knew that.
My next spin, I got 73 ancient coins.
Dang.
Then I got a jackpot on apples.
I usually explore up to like 150, or like spin up to 150, and then I stop.
Even if the rewards didn't scale, Auggie just likes watching the wheel spin, regardless of what comes out of it.
I like getting free stuff.
Is it really free?
I like getting stuff. Well, enough about the wheel for now. Is there anything, or what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about the Grandmasters that I did.
And it is very impressive. So was it 10 that you did Grandmasters in a day?
I think it was 12. So because I forgot to count the wooden barrels. I GM'd wooden barrels yesterday. So like before reset. But should I list off like the ones that I did? Because I know people were curious in the chat, like what were the last ones that
the ones that you've done in the last 24 hours. Let's hear them.
Yeah. I did a lot of fishing. I got blue shells, stingrays, blue sea bass, blue tigerfish, jellyfish, green jellyfish, and crappies. So those are all the fish I GM'd. And then I GM'd the looking glass, blue purse, steel wires, and green dye.
The blue purse. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't have that one done yet.
The profit is insane. I spent 10 billion on Steelworks yesterday to upgrade it to 300, and I currently have 27 billion. And that's just from making crossbows, making blue purses, like as I had spare, like as I was like crafting the other stuff, finishing the GMs, I was like selling stuff and making like 500 million, like to billion, like every time I sold in the shop. So it was pretty crazy. So it's like a worthwhile GM blue purse.
Yeah, it's just so many blue feathers. So many.
Yeah. But it's only 3 for one blue dye compared to like the 6 green dye. Green dye is so much worse. Instead of purple dye. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, purple dye also is pretty rough.
That one's awful.
Yeah. Well, aside from grandmastering 12 things in 24 hours, do you have any other interesting facts about yourself, just in general?
So basically my entire life is going to be committed to musical theater when I move out to Chicago in the fall. I'm going to university to like pursue a musical theater degree where I get like 3 years of intensive training. And I've been doing musical theater since about my sophomore year in high school. And so that's something interesting about me. I love to sing. I love to perform on stage. And hopefully some of you can see me on Broadway one day.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I was going to ask if you were into more of like the theater tech side of it, or like the doing the stuff on the stage side of it. But I think we got our answer.
Yeah, I was recently like the last production. Have you guys heard of Spring Awakening?
I've not.
No.
Okay, well, never mind. It's the last musical that I did at my community college this spring, and it was like, I don't know how to explain it, but every time I get on stage and I perform in front of people, it's just like a feeling that doesn't exist anywhere else in the world for me. So I might as well shoot for the stars.
I think that's probably how I feel when I spin the wheel, except yours is probably a lot more intense.
Yours is a much more noble cause, I would say. You're doing work for the whole community.
I'm just spinning the wheel. Got to keep that wheel spinning.
So no, I get the high of live performance. It's not like anything else when you do it. Definitely.
Have you guys done any sort of live performance, like in general?
Oh yeah.
When I was in high school, my freshman year, I was looking at the electives, and I took dramatic arts, and it was a very memorable experience for me. I wouldn't call it a good experience, but I will never forget it. Interesting
experience.
Yes, an interesting experience indeed. It was very. I don't look back fondly on that.
Yeah, there are people who look back at high school and they're like, "Oh, like I wish I could go back." I'm never stepping foot on my high school grounds ever again.
Yeah, I felt that.
Would you guys go back to your high school for a reunion?
Depends on who invited me. I wouldn't go back
for a reunion. The people I care about, yeah, I'm still in contact with. There's some teachers I would go totally see that I know are still there.
Yeah, I feel like if I knew that some of the teachers were still there, I would. But I don't think there's anybody that I went to high school with that I still talk to regularly or even semi-regularly. Ugh, high school. Anyways.
Shudders.
But I know that we wanted to talk a little bit about the trade economy. Yes.
Inflation, am I right? Whew.
Yes. So for those...
It's funny because...
Go ahead. I was going to just kind of give a little intro.
It's been really great for the gold sellers and not so great for the gold buyers.
Yeah. Well, so what happened... I think that started it is everybody had a lot of gold, like everybody, just from all the events and from, quests and whatever else. And so Firestream dropped a couple of like big boy farm supply perks. They were, pretty pricey. And then a lot of people got those, and then nobody had gold. And then, when you hit Tower 100, you get 1,000 gold. I think it's 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody that hit that top level received gold. And also, so the gold price is really high because there's really high demand and somehow low supply, but it doesn't seem like it. I don't really know. And the Tower 90 perk, just you can craft an insane amount of stuff, but I will let you discuss that. That's just kind of a background.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think ever since the 100 gold, like in the flea market came out, I've been constantly selling and like trading around the gold and, OJ. I remember like prices were at 650, 700 for, 100 gold. And that was what happened with the Tower 90 perk is that large nets became so much more accessible because as you go each step up with the Tower 90 perk, it just like scales so much. So I would say 2 weeks ago, before the Tower 90 perk came out, I was buying about 250 to 275 was the highest amount of large nets I could buy for 100 gold. And since the Tower 90 perk came out, I've been pretty much constantly buying and selling them at around 350 to 400 large nets. And pretty much everyone is buying at 400, which is really crazy to think about because if you think about the equivalent of how many fishing nets that is, it's insane. But it's just how the crafting, like the Tower 90, stacks up.
Yeah, 400.
Large inventories and raptors. I make about 500 a day now.
400 large nets with, without any extra perks is 10,000 small nets.
That's crazy. Because before large nets came out, there was really no way to even hoard up that amount of fishing nets. And now that we have because you'd have to use all your fishing nets that day. there'd be nowhere to or you'd sell them, you had to use them or store them, but you had to fix it for reset, like when your antlers filled up. But now you can just store all of that in large nets, and people are accumulating like 3,000, 5,000 large nets. I'd say in the past few days, Borgen, he
Borgen
sold
Day.
one ancient coin antlers, and I think I bought around like 15,000 to 18,000 antlers, and I made about 1,800 gold just selling large nets at 400 per 100 gold, and then I used 1,800 gold to I used that gold to get to buy orange juice, and then to explore forest, and then to make more nets and then sell those. Yeah, and because of the Tower 90 perk, forest becomes infinitely profitable. Like I went from having 0 gold and having no stamina to like at one point I was at like 2,500 gold with like 800, 1 million stamina saved up, and that was just from exploring forest and trading my stuff.
Yeah, I think especially now that arrowheads are also tradable. I remember like right at the beginning, nobody knew what to like quote unquote price them at. It's always really fun to watch trade chat try to figure it out.
Yeah, I was exploring forest a lot, so I was kind of just giving them away, but it's like different values to different people, especially people who are trying to go for crossbow GM.
So just in case we have anyone listening that's not familiar with the tower perks and what that one is at level 90, maybe we should talk about that briefly.
Probably.
Because we haven't done a segment on the tower yet.
I messaged Code Ranger about it today, but I'm so not a numbers person, so I get lost very quickly.
So in general, I would say that you get about a two-thirds boost at every crafting step. So like in my experience. And like, say for example, with twine, I'm constantly full of twine, yarn, and rope at all times, because it feels like every time I craft it, I end up with more than I started with. Because this is what I thought was interesting. When you craft to your max inventory, you get the leftover materials back. And there are times where I've crafted something to max inventory and I ended up with more materials than I started with because of the crafting, the Tower 90 perk, which adds 20% to the resource saver, which is most people that aren't at Tower 90 have a base 20% resource saver, right?
Right, yeah. So resource saver 1 and 2 each give you 10%, which means there's a 20% chance that your items won't be used when you craft. And those 20, when you recraft them, there's a 20% chance they won't be used again. And it comes out to be roughly 25% more. When you get that resource saver 3, that's an extra 20%. So now there's a 40% chance that your items won't be crafted. And of those, say you did 100, of those 40% again will be saved, which is 16. And so it just becomes repetitive. And it comes out to about 66%. So when you said 2/3, that's pretty much right on the money. More crafting that you get done. So if you were going to craft 100 large nets, for example, you'll get roughly 166 large nets. So compared to 125 without it, that is a huge, huge jump. And as you mentioned, those things that are tiered, we start with first you make twine, then you make rope, then you make nets. That applies to each one. And so for the same amount of base resources, you get significantly more product out.
And this has also changed the prices of like the Arnold Palmers, because like when you craft the lemonade into Arnold Palmers, you get so much more. And so these like the large nets, the Arnold Palmers, because they're like a tiered craft, their prices are actually depreciating because people are making more from the Tower 90 perk.
I never have Arnold Palmers. I always drink them. It means like all of them in one go.
Where do you use them? Because they've done all the math on it, and you should really only be using your own Arnold Palmers at Highland Hills or Whispering Creek.
Usually at Ember Lagoon because I need more. I got to spin the wheel. I don't have any left today, and today is like the one day I'm in Highland Hills. But no, I use.
Who cares about efficiency?
I just need to spin the wheel.
Yeah, the reason they say those two locations is because they have a lower base drop rate per explore. So the rate that you get items is boosted more by using Arnold Palmer's there, where it's guaranteed to get items versus stamina to explore. But really, you can use them anywhere where it makes sense for whatever it is you're working on.
Yeah.
I just try to make it a rule for myself.
I don't know
There's my
the
mechanic insight for the night. I think I'm done.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand any of it, but it's fine. I just click the things and they do what I want.
And they show up.
That's the important part. Yep.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. So JY, do you have any last parting words of wisdom for us?
I am officially a forest preacher. I urge everyone to explore forests as much as possible because those materials are going to be highly sought after in the next coming weeks or months, I would say. Especially and I was so many people are getting to Tower 100 now. Like when I reached it, I was the 36th person there, I think, and now we're at 63. So people are progressing faster than ever, and these materials are going to be more valuable than ever. I predict, at least.
I think part of the boost is from Pirate Cove coming out as well. But yes, we're sitting up here.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah,
it's just like Large Island Part 2.
Better.
Yeah.
Large Island, but better. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. This is a blast. This is like such a niche game that like none of my friends know about. So it's super cool to come on and talk to people who like are and as knee deep in it as I am.
Yes, it's not something I really can go to. I go to work and I work with people that are not even really into gaming at all, and then I come home and play the farm game.
Yeah, my sister truly does not understand. Yeah, it's really funny to see her like, why are you doing this? And I say, it's fun. That's what matters, right?
It is fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
I love clicking. I love clicking buttons and see numbers go up. It's my favorite thing. I love statistics, and this game is full of them.
Number go up game.
Yeah. Best number go up game.
All right. There we go.
There we go.
I have no control of the stop record button. That's all up to Auggie at this point.
You know what? I forgot about that. So I'm going to
you're hosting.
Give my famous sign off and just say bye.
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 Lovely.
Hi, and welcome to Tea Time.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, welcome. Welcome back.
I'm not even going to introduce us because they know by this point.
They should know who we are. But if you don't, I mean, that's too bad, I guess.
Yeah. No introductions necessary.
I mean, our opening song kind of introduces us anyway. You just don't know which one is which unless you've listened to us a couple of times.
Yeah. I forgot about the intro song.
Yeah. It's got our names in it, so they kind of know who we are, I guess. For the most part.
All right. What's first on the agenda?
I think first on the agenda was looking at Orville. Shout out Orville.
Shout out to Orville.
Orville's pet names, which was a request that we take a look and read them all out loud.
Yes.
During this
it was also requested that we try to figure out who they are. Was the part 2 of that request?
Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I can do that. That's not a problem.
You could probably do that better than me. I could probably get some of them.
Okay. Well, let's go through it. You know what? Let's let you go first on all of them, and then I can tell you who each one is. Probably most of these.
All right. So the pet cat is Catsy Pline. I have no idea on that one. I have no clue.
I know this one. It's one of my favorite country music artists. She's old school. Patsy Cline.
Oh.
Patsy Cline. She sung like crazy. I'm crazy. Like one of those. She did a lot. There's a lot of old, like very recognizable music that you would know. But Patsy Cline like did it originally. She's very good. I love Patsy Cline.
We love Patsy Cline, even though I didn't know her. We also love Patsy Cline.
Actually, I don't know if Patsy Cline is very good.
It's a good
So
pun.
next one, you should get this one. You should get this one. I feel like you should know it.
Yes, Bark Ruffalo is Mark Ruffalo. That one I knew.
Good job.
That one I got. And it's like a double pun because it's a bark and then rough, but that's also just actually part of the name. So
Yes, I like it. It's a good one. Bark Ruffalo.
2 points for Orville for that one.
2 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one.
Squirrel Streep. But it's Squirrel. Like there's a
Squirrel. Yeah, Squirrel Streep.
yes, that is Meryl Streep.
Do you know this one? Meryl Streep, yes. That's very good. Very good.
Go me.
Now we've got Mahatma Gandhi, which you should know.
It's Gandhi.
It's just Gandhi. Yeah, it's Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah. I don't think you're going to get this next one.
Boris Yeltsin. So it's Boris something.
Yes, it's Boris Yeltsin, and he was he's a Russian politician from the 90s. He's the first president of Russia in the 90s. You wouldn't know that because I think you were a child in the 90s, or just born.
Yeah, somewhere
just
in the
born
middle.
in the 90s. I'm an 80s baby, so I know Boris Yeltsin.
I like the Cobra Winfrey for the next one though.
Yes, that's good too.
Good old Cobra.
Oprah Winfrey, Cobra Winfrey.
You get one and you get one.
Yes, we all get them.
You get a skull coin.
I think I know almost all of these. I'm just trying to see if there's one I don't know.
Limmer Burton.
Yes. Do you know who this is referencing?
I don't think it's Tim Burton.
No, it's not.
No, then no.
Do you want me to tell you? It's Lamar Burton. He hosted Reading Rainbow, and he was also in Star Trek: The Next Generation. He played my favorite character. It's Geordi LaForge. I love Geordi LaForge. Big fan.
I loved Reading Rainbow.
But yes, Reading Rainbow is very good. But he's the host of Reading Rainbow. He's so cute. I love LeVar Burton. I think he's very cute. It's a cute man.
I'm sad I didn't know his name. I just I can picture his face so perfectly. Name, I think
also he's in Roots. He's in the show Roots. That's another thing he's in. That was like his first role. So that's another thing to go look into. But that was I think that was during the 80s. I think it was Roots. And his character was Kunta Kinte in that.
I think that one was also a little bit before I was alive on this planet.
Definitely. I think Roots may have been before I was alive, or partially while I was alive. I don't actually remember when Roots came out. I definitely didn't watch it live. I've only watched reruns of Roots. So, and then the next one is the BooBun.
Sir Daniel Baboon. Is it?
It's Daniel Baboon. Yeah, it's Daniel Boone. I would assume.
I don't know who that is, but I know the name.
He's like a frontiers. It's like an old frontiersman, American folklore. Dude? He's a real person. Yeah, he's a history dude, but he was like American folklore sort of thing. He used to wear like a coonskin cap, like a kind of like what's it called? Daniel Boone. He's a pioneerman. He's a pioneer guy.
Pioneer guy that is probably in a history book in a classroom somewhere.
Definitely, yes, definitely. He was alive in the 1700s and 1800s,
right.
A long time ago.
I like the frog. It's very clever.
Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, I like that too.
Croak.
I mean, if you don't get that one,
I'm not even going to say that one. We know that one.
Alfred Hitchcock. Yes, it's good. We all know who Alfred Hitchcock is. So
I also like Quill Smith.
Quill Smith, the porcupine, or it's a porcupine. I think it's what's it called? It's supposed to be a hedgehog, but this is a porcupine icon.
It's one in the
icon
same.
Is a porcupine. It's the same thing.
It's just smaller.
Yes, it's tiny.
I'm you, but tinier.
And then we've got the armadillo.
Bob Armadillon.
Yes.
Is it just Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan, yeah.
I'm really, really bad at famous people.
Well, you're doing all right. You've gotten most of these so far.
The names are like somewhere in the archives of my mind, but then trying to say, who is that person? It's Bob. It's Bobby.
Yeah. No, I'm here for you for that. I know who most of the folks are, so that are listed here. I think there's only maybe one that I don't get, which we'll get there
eventually.
Eventually, yeah. So we've got the tarantula.
Dan
and Aykroyd.
It's like right there, but I don't know.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
It's Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd, he's a comedian. He's in Ghostbusters. And he in Coneheads, I think he was in Coneheads. Yeah. But he's like he's a Canadian dude. I like Dan Aykroyd. He's funny.
A Canadian comedian?
Yes.
Say that 5 times fast. Ooh, I couldn't.
Canadian comedian. I did it. Well, I said it 3 times fast.
We'll count it.
Hooray!
All right. John D. Rockefeller.
That one is just his name.
That
one's just the right name.
That one's perfection, though.
It is perfection. Chef's kiss.
Just the little googly eyes.
I love the pet rock. I'm a fan.
Me too. All right. And then there's One-Eyed Willie.
That's not referencing anything, I don't think. I don't know what One-Eyed Willie was referencing personally.
I think it's like a old pirate lore or something.
Yeah, I think it's let me see. Oh, it's a Goonies thing. It's Goonies. I should have known that one. It's a Goonies pirate.
I was going to say, I've never seen the Goonies from beginning to end.
I've watched the Goonies like 100 times, but I haven't watched it in about a decade. So
I feel like enough people around me have watched it that many times that I don't need to. I can kind of, I know that Thanos is in it. That's all I need to know.
Yeah,
baby Thanos.
And what's it called? Samwise Gamgee's in it.
Yes.
What's his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my dome. But yes, it's a good movie. I like the penguin's name a lot.
I do too. Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito.
Also short and no hair on the top of his head.
And Danny DeVito plays the Penguin in one of the Batman movies.
Yeah.
So it's very good.
I agree. I love Danny DeVito.
Who doesn't? He's the man. The literal man. Then Tom Green, the dragon.
Yep.
Do you know who Tom Green is?
That's the Fault in Our Stars guy.
No, that isn't that's John Green or Hank Green. It's one of those 2 Green. Those are the Green brothers. Tom Green is another Canadian comedian. And he was very big in the 90s and early 2000s. He had his own show, the Tom Green Show, on MTV, and also made the movie. What is he has like, Daddy, would you like some sausage? And he's like playing the piano with sausages tied to his fingers. What is that movie called? I gotta look it up. Hang on.
I don't know.
It's not a good movie. That's for sure. It's a bad movie. Freddie Got Fingered, which I don't know if I can say on air, but Freddie Got Fingered is the movie he made. He was also married to Drew Barrymore for a while. I had a poster of Tom Green in my bedroom when I was in high school. That's why I know so much about Tom Green. I loved him very much. He had like the song called the Bum Bum Song. It's very good. There's,
oh my god,
it's very it's crude humor from the 90s / early 2000s. So he's very good.
I'm mad at myself because like I was looking at it and I was like, it's not the Fault in Our Stars guy. That's not his name. But that was the only thing I could think of, so I just said it. Like I loved Fault in Our Stars when I was like in high school. Like I had like 2 copies of the book, and one of them was like pristine and the other one had sticky notes all over it because I was like so extra with it.
John Green did that.
It's John Green.
Very close. Yeah, very close.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I knew it was wrong when I said it, and I still said it.
It's okay. I got you. I'm here for you on all of these. Actually, One-Eyed Willie was the one I was kind of unsure about, so now I'm good on the rest of them. So
yes.
Let's continue. What's this next one? What's the Red Dragon's name?
Ron Red Dragon. I think is it supposed to be Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's supposed to be Ronald Reagan because it matches. It goes with our next one.
Yes, Blue Rock.
What's the
Obluma?
Yes.
Thanks, Obluma. Chuck Berry.
The bear. Chuck Berry, which is be, Chuck Berry. Yep.
Yeah. And then Chupacabra is self-titled. Chupacabra
for the good old capybara. Do you know what Chupacabra means in Spanish?
No, but mine is actually named the Greater Chupacabra because of something that Silverado 119 just accidentally called it a chupacabra.
So a chupacabra means goat sucker in Spanish.
That's really weird.
That is, it's a because the chupacabra, the mythical creature, is said to just kill goats and suck the blood out of them. So chupacabra, the more you know, means goat sucker. Yep, the more you know. Learning every day.
Right.
And then
Eric
last but not least,
Leaf Erikson.
Yes.
Leif Erikson,
Yes.
which I only know about from SpongeBob.
Okay, yeah, he's like a famous Viking.
Yeah, and like I found that out years later. But like SpongeBob taught my generation about Leif Erikson.
Yes.
Yes.
SpongeBob is good.
SpongeBob's early SpongeBob though, like early to mid SpongeBob.
True. I was a little too old for SpongeBob, but I still watched it. I watch a lot of children's programming anyway, though. But yes, SpongeBob, good. SpongeBob, very good. But that's a deep dive into Orville's pet names.
And
if you want us
did
to
it.
deep dive into your pet names, send them over. We'll did
consider it.
Nobody gets my pet names. My pet names are all Tim and Eric references. So, or most of them are.
Mine are just
most of them.
For the most part, mine are just typos I've seen of my name in game. With the exception of 1, 2, 3. The exception of 4.
Okay.
Yes.
We found out somebody found your name spelled incorrectly in the game on one of your quests recently.
Yeah.
It was spelled with a singular G, and I think it was fixed. I think that was today. I saw that happening today. So
I didn't even know if it was fixed.
Your name just gets spelled wrong. I think it was. I think somebody said it got fixed. I think Nethy may have fixed it.
I don't think Nethy can fix it.
Oh, he can't? Well, he passed the info along that it was fixed.
Oh. Yeah, no, I remember I was talking to Ryber about because that quest line, it still has more parts that have to come out, and it's like, you know, I didn't know how quick in succession they would release, and I was like, what if you just started making typos in my name as you went along, and it just got more and more like construed, but then only one of the name change ones dropped, and everybody was like, it's wrong. So my plan was foiled.
Foiled plans.
Yes, plans foiled. Are you feeling up to taking a screenshot of your computer?
Yes, I am feeling up to taking a screenshot. I was going to do it on my iPad, so let's get a screenshot going.
Yeah, let me know. And what I'm doing, and I'm only leaving it up long enough to get a screenshot, is I'm going to put the wall in the spoilers banner. And then this is the only time that will ever happen because I don't want to get in trouble, but I think it would be really funny just to see how long it is.
Just to see how it looks.
Yeah. All right. Let me know when you're ready.
I am ready.
Okay.
Prepped and ready to go.
Alert saved. Oh my God.
It's very long. It's very long in there. I did get one screenshot. Let me just grab one more on the PC just for fun rings here.
I can't even delete the whole thing.
Obtain.
Okay.
So the whole thing, not even. Oh, there you go. You deleted it very quickly. I love it. Big fan. So that was it. It was there for a mere moment.
I wonder what anybody's gonna say
if they caught it.
I'm just gonna make the spoilers chat banner. What should I just say? Oops.
Yeah, just say oops. Okay, hang on one second.
Dr. Ghoul says I saw that, Rangers.
People caught it.
Attention
caught it for
banner.
sure.
Oops.
So I put up a baby gate down at the bottom of my stairs, and to keep the dog from coming up for a thing. And she just walked up the stairs, and I don't know how. Well, I don't know how she did that.
She's smarter than a baby.
Maybe it wasn't. How did you get up here?
Do you need to go investigate for a minute?
I think I do. A pause, please. Delican, please take this part out. Let's take this pause out. Don't stop recording though. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll just have some like waiting music.
Yeah,
like the Jeopardy.
No, I want Girl from Ipanema, please. All right, hang on 1 second. I'm gonna just go walk away for a quick moment.
Okay. Now that BooBun is gone, I will sit here and wait.
figured it out. I think I figured out what she did. She squeezed between two of the bars.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know how. She's just insane, I guess. That's fine. I was like absolutely shocked when she just trotted in the room. I was like, "What? Excuse me? Why are you here?" Oh, boy. But anyway, back to this. Sorry.
Back to this.
Yes, so somebody did catch it. That's very good.
Yes. The banner's just oops.
Oops. I love the banner of oop, but it was there for mere moments. Love it.
I'm setting a global banner. I'm gonna Rickroll global chat.
Oh, good idea. Well, you have some quick links there. You could put a separate one at the end.
Well, I can't do the quick links. I can only do the attention banner. So I'm just gonna put the link and then time recording in progress. Click at your own risk.
There you go. Let's see who you can get. Let's see who you can.
I hope Firestream doesn't fire me.
Rickroll.
I don't get Firestreamed.
Firestreamed.
Oh,
yeah.
Shoot. Oh my God, wait. No. My plan is foiled.
Put in one of the, what's it called ones that's already like in the library. I think there is one under, which one was it?
I don't know. They keep changing it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I found it.
Just trolling the chats while we're here. This is just BooBun and Auggie troll the chat.
We troll the chats and hope that Firestream doesn't get angry at me. I wonder if I could troll Firestream somehow. Like, not right now. I'll get him someday with something. Point. I'll Rickroll him at some point. I don't know how. I don't know where, and I don't know when, but it'll happen.
Here, I'm gonna give you these screenshots so you can have them because it's funny.
Let me see. Oh, dear Lord. It really is a whole wall.
It is. It's very good.
Okay, I found the current Rickroll link, and I put it in the attention banner. I'm so sad that the link didn't work.
Oh, yeah, link removed.
But it's better now. I think I got Wade, I think. Maybe. He sent
maybe. Hi, Wade. I know Wade listens. Hi, Wade.
Hi, Wade. Be on the podcast, Wade.
Wade, come on. Come talk to us.
A cordial invitation to tea time.
A cordial invite to Wade. I love Wade. He's so sweet. Such a sweet boy.
Yes. Wade is lightly bullies me about my mastery numbers. Very lightly.
Oh, I'm sure. He's the mastery master. One of them, anyway.
Yes.
This is Wade. Thank you for keeping me entertained.
It would be fun to get Cole on a tea time.
Oh, yeah, we could get Cole in here. We could just have the whole D&D cast.
Without Belligan and just have him edit himself in to that.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Oh,
yes. Perfect. That'd be super good.
Plan made. Oh.
Listen, if you're not listening to the D&D podcast, you should be. The D&D episodes are very fun. We have a good time. This is my plug for the D&D podcast. You can get it the same place this podcast is found. Yes. It's just on Thursdays instead of Tuesdays.
Yes. The
we have fun
fact. The D&D episodes have a pretty like about the same amount of views each week. It's usually lower than the normal episodes, but the normal episodes always fluctuate in views, and ours are pretty consistent. So the people that are listening are like, they're there every week, no matter what.
I love that. I love you, D&D podcast listeners. I love you, regular podcast listeners. I love all you listeners. Thank you for listening.
I like the D&D ones more.
Wow, shots fired. You're in every podcast, so like you are here no matter what.
I'm in most of them.
Both. Most of them. I'm in most of them now. For the last couple of weeks now, I'm a regular because of Tea Time. Thanks, Tea Time.
Thanks.
I like talking to everybody on the podcast. You and then like the general everybody, as in the rest of the people who listen to the podcast. If you listen, you can shout out. You can message me, say hey at any time you want.
Yeah, and if you ever have anything you want us to answer, if you go to the podcast library page, there's a spot that you can click on. It's like a Google form thing you can fill out, and it's just questions to answer. Actually, I should check that page and see if there's anything new. Page. I haven't checked it in a little bit. Let me see. There's nothing new. Unfortunate. Nothing has been submitted on that page in a couple weeks. We try to answer the ones that we can.
Well, okay. Oh, well. I mean, I'll answer questions. You can put questions in there for me too if you want. I'll answer your questions. Auggie can tell me about your questions.
I can reword your questions and then make them funny questions.
You could do that. You can just send funny questions.
That too.
But yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. The new zone is in alpha.
Ooh, spoilers. New zone's in alpha. Join alpha if you want to see what it is. I'm not in alpha, so I don't know, but that's okay. I'll find out when it hits beta.
I know what it is, but I can't talk about it, but I know.
No, you can't. You got to keep it. You got to keep it to yourself. You got to keep it hush hush. Beta alpha people have to keep it hush hush.
Hush hush.
But I'm not there. I'm going to find out when it gets to me, I suppose. I'm excited. I'm excited. I love new zones. I haven't seen a new zone in so long, so big fan. Excitement.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Because the last new zone came out, I was not. It was Raptors. Yeah, I was not of a level to get to it when it came out. So I was not, I wasn't privy at the time. I had to wait till I got to the level to get there.
But when was that? That was in November, wasn't it? December?
Yeah, I think it was November, December, maybe. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure because I wasn't there. I didn't get there until late December, like right after. When did I hit 4.9s? It was like not 4.9s, but enough to get to WC. It was like, I'm going to say January I got into WC. I can't remember off the top of my dome though.
Oh dang! But you know what? It's fine. We got there, and it's there, and maybe it's in the roadmap. Let me see.
Oh, maybe.
It was in October. Wow. It was in October.
Wow. I wasn't playing in October, so that's why I also didn't.
It was the Raptor pen that was added in November, and the Raptors that were added in November, and then the great lag reduction of 2021.
Yeah.
The workshop rework.
Oh, thank God for that too.
Oh, it's nice. It's better. It's good.
It's way better. Remember having to click to craft everything. and
to mail stuff, it was just one at a time.
Yeah, oh God. I can't even. I could never go back. No,
the
benefits of a constantly updated game is that things are so much better now. We get so spoiled. I know. Imagine. I don't even think I could play the game if it ever went back to the old way. But yeah, many wonderful updates.
Yes, and more things to come.
More things to come. Quality of life updates continuously. Gotta love it.
I love it.
Very good. Constantly updated game. Love that. Big fan. New stuff all the time.
Cool staff sometimes.
Cool staff. Yeah, every once in a while. Except for that Auggie. I don't know about her.
Yeah. Was not referring to her. Just referring to all of the others.
I'm on the fence. I'm just kidding. All the staff is great. Every staff I've interacted with is great. I haven't interacted with everybody yet. But anybody I've interacted with is wonderful.
Yeah. FFFF will be maybe on the podcast someday. I've been trying. So
good luck. Yeah,
good luck getting FFF, if you want that person on the podcast, message them and tell them and send them trout.
Yes, and send them trout. Much needed. I heard that FFFF needs a lot of trout, so make sure to send your entire inventory to them at all times.
Every day.
Every single day, if you can.
Yes. I want to try to get No Velcro back on here, too, at some point.
Oh, good idea.
Get all the staff.
Good idea.
Get a round 2 on the staff that have already been.
Get a round 2. Yeah, we haven't had all the staff. Not everybody has popped in, so get everybody in.
Attempting. Maybe someday.
Yeah, attempt to get them. Someday when they have time. Or if they're not shy. If you're shy, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
But also,
you're allowed to be shy.
On the podcast. Send in written answers.
Yes. There you go.
There we go. Yes, that is another thing you can do for the podcast. If you don't want to talk or you don't want your voice to be physically heard, you can just message me or Belligan and we can, let you know all the questions and you can send in answers and we can just read them. We've done that. We've only done that. Only a couple people have actually done that. That was in the very beginning, but we'll still do it.
Don't be scared. You can do it. Send in those answers, either text or message them and be on the podcast. It's fun. I promise. It's not scary. It's very easy. It's very easy, especially now with Zencastr. Zencastr makes life much easier.
Infinitely so simple.
Yes.
BooBun has to do no
Infinitely
work.
simple. Zero work. I have to just wait for my files to upload, and it uploads faster than Augie's. So I do nothing.
That's correct. My internet bad, and your
the
internet
perks
good.
of good internet. Yeah, for the perks of wonderful good internet.
But yes, please send in questions for us to answer on the podcast. It's on the podcast page somewhere. There's a link. Click on it and do the thing. Maybe next time I will successfully rickroll the global chat. It wasn't today. I'm very sad about it not being today.
We'll get them someday.
Yeah. I'll get them like for realsies someday, but we got the wall.
We did get the wall in there.
Yeah, I should probably
Big fan.
Move that banner now because people are going to be like, what's with the banner? Nothing. Don't worry about it. The moment is passed.
Take it down. The moment's passed. The moment has passed. The rickroll has passed.
Sometimes I forget that the townsfolk can just send you like one random item in the mail.
Oh yeah, I haven't gotten one in a long time.
Well, I just did. I got one slime stone from Leafy McLucky.
Oh my god, that's
then it's going to the void.
Yeah, send it to the void.
To the void it goes. Collect items. We kept it under 40 minutes again, though.
We did keep it under 40 minutes. I think Belle will have to edit out some silences here, but that's about it.
I think he should edit in music instead.
Yeah, that would be funny. The girl from Infinima, I want a bad MIDI of it, please.
Only a bad MIDI of it?
Yes, a bad MIDI. Just a bad MIDI file, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Belligan, for all that you do.
For the seconds I was gone. Thank you, Belligan. Thank you for what you do, Belligan. I appreciate you.
I also
deeply
appreciate you for editing and talking good and being the DM for D&D and doing the YouTube videos good. Shoutouts to Belligan.
Yeah.
From Tea Time.
From Tea Time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.